I'll be back in a second to get me a water. Back in a second to start the video. Okay. Just waiting for him to show up, so I can't do it until he shows up. I just can't believe we're already over 500 videos already made, and next I'm waiting for him so I can even do this. I can't do it without his waiting for him to show up. I can't do this without him here, because I can't do it without him here, so yeah, to my subscribers, I do stuff a lot, so yeah. As soon as he pops up, I'll do it. I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. Ooh, that's gonna be cool to see later. So yeah, if he doesn't show up in there in a few seconds, we're gonna just have to get it and just do it right out of him. Because I will eat myself. I'm not eating. I will do it myself. I'm already been waiting for minutes, and I don't. So that's it. I'm doing it. If he doesn't show up in the 5 minutes, I'm gonna do it out of him here because he's just taking my time. 3, 2, 1. Now I'm gonna do it. He's not here, so he snoozes, he loses. So is Cuphead a kid or adult?
Has anyone come to you about doing an actual Cuphead animated series. There's no real...
Yeah, there's nothing that we're specifically talking to or doing currently.
Welcome back to Roundtable, I'm Nemo, and today we have some Netflix news. It's been 2 years since the massively successful indie game Cuphead finally was released. The game, which had both critical and commercial success, left a lasting impact and grew a huge fan base. A fan base that was itching for more Cuphead content. And if you know anything about Cuphead, you know that it takes a long time to make anything Cuphead. So fans knew it would take a while before we got another game or anything like that. However, we just got word on some pretty exciting news about a Cuphead cartoon. Netflix is working with King Feature Syndicate to bring a full-length Cuphead television series to Netflix. The animated series will be called The Cuphead Show! Because they're excited, and the show will reportedly expand on the characters in the world of the game. The creators of the game, Chad and Jared Moldenhauer, will serve as executive producers and has some other big animation names attached to it, like CJ Kedler from Carmen Sandiego. The actual series, King's Feature Syndicate, is a pretty big name in animation. They currently own the rights to comic properties like Garfield, Popeye, and even Archie, not the moody teen show, you know, like the animated version. And honestly, I couldn't think of a better company behind this show, or a better adaptation of this game. If it was going to be any other medium, Cuphead should be a cartoon. The game itself consists of hand-drawn animation. The whole thing's just a giant love letter to 1930s cartoons. The whole game is just one long playable cartoon. Thankfully, they are actually doing this show justice in the animation department. It'll feature the same 1930s style animation that made Cuphead so cool and unique, and the animation will be hand-drawn, though unfortunately it won't entirely be on paper this time, and it will be handled by Netflix's animation department, not MTHR. The creators jokingly said, "We're not going to be animating this ourselves because it would never be finished." But then he goes on to say, "The current goal is to stay as far away from computer-assisted puppeteer animation as possible. The idea will still be that every frame is hand-drawn, but probably not on paper. It's going to be hand-drawn, but digitally. Tradigital, he calls it. I think that's the best of both worlds in this scenario, because it's true, it would never get done if they did hand-drawn on paper. I'm just relieved that they're not going for some flash animation route. That would be the absolute worst possible option. The animation quality of Netflix television really is on a spectrum. Sometimes you have Hilda, sometimes you have Big Mouth. It's really a mixed bag, but I'm glad they're putting in the extra effort and time with this. The show is still in the beginning processes and has no release date as of yet. We have a little bit of a description of what it's going to be like. According to the press release, the character-driven comedy follows the unique misadventures of the impulsive Cuphead and his cautious but easily swayed brother Mugman. Through their many misadventures across their surreal home of equal odds, they've always got one another's backs. But that's right, this show will be a comedy, which makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of comedic elements in Cuphead. And I'm sure it won't be all jokes, but it's good to know that this is more lighthearted than just completely dark. According to the creators, when asked about the type of comedy in the show, it's safe for kids, but written so that there's also things that adults find funny and appeals to a wider audience. It's not a toddler show or a little kids cartoon. They go on to talk about how they're aiming for the same kind of vibe that the game hints at, but just taking that idea and expanding on it. This truly is the best possible route they could have gone with, and I'm glad they're keeping it in this middle range of a wider audience, not this show for adults or this show for kids. Oftentimes we see a show try to go too far in either direction and it ends up being its Achilles heel, but the best shows stay right in the middle of that spectrum, and that's, I think, where Cuphead is going to be. They're not actually sure what the plot of the show is going to be right now. We know that we're not going to just retell the game. This is going to explore other things and not just don't deal with the devil. The game told its story. The cartoon will tell its own. Basically, they're saying don't expect the show and the game to fit together perfectly. They're going to be separate entities. I think this just keeps it cleaner and allows them to focus on two different projects in their own mediums without having to worry about how to interweave them or this wouldn't fit with the game so we can't do it. It just allows them to be as creative as possible with both properties. Finally, he talked about how the show will be rooted in very similar 1930s cartoons, citing Mickey Mouse as an inspiration, saying, "I see it in a Mickey Mouse cartoon manner. In any given episode, Mickey Mouse could have been a pilot or selling hot dogs or a musician. There's not this intention that the two must mesh and fit together." So it seems like despite not having a real plot, they have an idea of what they want the show to look like, and it sounds amazing. They're bringing back this type of cartoon that really we don't see a lot anymore. There's the great Mickey Mouse shorts on Disney Channel, but I feel like this will be its own unique thing in sort of that vein. And the fact that they're citing Mickey Mouse as inspiration shows that they're trying to go for that similar aesthetic. These two have proven that they're incredible storytellers in the world of video games, and that will translate over incredibly well into animation. There's not too much more information on the series right now, as it was just announced. Netflix has been absolutely killing it with animation. It always has, and it is generally the best streaming service for original animation right now. Now that there's a lot of competition. Regardless, though, it's good to know that a project this highly anticipated is in great hands. That's all the information we have on the Cuphead cartoon right now, but we will report on it more as more information comes out. And as always, I want to know what you guys think. Are you excited for this? Are you not? Let us know in those comments down below, or tweet to us at Roundtable Vids, or me at It's Retro Nemo. If you want to consider helping out the Roundtable, you can support us on Patreon or become a member of the channel and get exclusive access to scripts and avatars. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share it, and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content, guys. I'm Nemo. It's a cartoon news video, and I will see you next time. Peace.
You're stupid because you're a black bitch. You're a black jerk. Because only a person would cut their hair off being an idiot. What was that, I wonder? Miss.
I used to go to a human school where everyone was the same. Now I go to an animal school because lion's my last name. My dear partner is a monkey. My dear partner is a monkey. He's so pretty, but I don't know what. Going to this school's a painter? What? I was gonna say next.
Oh, that's okay then.
My dear partner is a monkey. My dear partner is a monkey. My dear partner is a monkey. My dear partner is a monkey.
I don't know that show. Chowder, I'm Chowder.
You take everything that seems like fun. You say,
Chowder can't strike those. There's Chowder. Whatever plays, not that song. It's 2 shows I know so far. JTA. JTA. Double D.
Are you ready? Ooh, I know you see me standing here. Do I look good, my teeth?
Never watched that.
Do I look good today? I'm just another kind of.
Never seen you guys on ABC Kids. Who actually dry cleans that? You're an idiot. If you. Oh, you don't. Whoever dry cleans that's an idiot. Oh. That's hilarious. I don't like doing this. Endsville. Who runs Endsville? Billy. Mandy. Word 47. Oh, this is gonna be great. Ah! Can't watch this. Oh wait, I already seen this movie already, so I don't need to see this movie again. This movie was alright. That's always been a question, and no one will get the answer to that. Oh, they're making a remake of that movie. Okay, that's pretty neat. And boy, chum chum. Okay, WINN. The heck's this crap? I'll turn this off. Please shut that off. Yeah, turn it off.